Hello, welcome back to Banner Sushi LIVENODING. Today I want to flex a little bit more with the procedural generative modeling add-on, PGM, the way we call it, I think. So let's just get started. Create a new node 3. Today I'm especially want to cover selection by nth. There is selection by nth and there's also selection by alternative phases, but I think this one is slightly more flexible. Okay, that's the node. You can hide and unhide using hotkey H if you want. So basically from this, by guessing, this is how you can select every other phase or every nth or every number, specifier number. So let's just save this very quickly and demo. The add-on actually just been updated, so now we can have more inputs, including custom mesh. For now, I will be using grid. Actually, instead of plain, grid has a little bit more options. So tap H, and if we are using the output now, plug this guy in. I think if you print output, it's gonna update automatically, but I don't know. Just turn that on. So we can adjust the subdivision, and for what we are doing, we need to go into the component mode, go to component level, and also back to the mesh mode. But I'll do it really quickly using the Shift A, search to component, and Shift H, actually Shift A to mesh. So that's how we can jump into the component level, selecting every nth, and then continue. So if you try to see, if you try to update it, it's gonna give you an error. Mesh has no active vertices, edges, or faces, because you need to actually select all. So with this thing selected, now we can go to the next procedure and then select every nth. Now this makes sense because we are kind of selecting every second of the phase. So you can change this and then offset it. So I think this is actually pretty cool in itself. And if you perhaps want to grow it, grow, select more. Okay, select more. That's also kind of interesting. So this is selecting, kind of like growing your selections. It can come in handy because you can kind of combo this thing, turn it on and off. But for what we are doing, we want to test it with maybe extrude. So extrude phase or extrude region, they're similar, but you can test it yourself. Okay, so that's the basic idea. You can increase the subdivisions and offset it. This is a pretty cool node, this select nth. What can we use it for? Perhaps for something like gear. It's gonna be interesting. You can also try sphere, UV sphere, plug this guy in there. And let's see if this auto updating is working. So segment, it's refreshing itself. Now we have to go to the next procedure and see if this is working. Okay, yeah, it's working. We want to select every nth, adjust the extrusion, offset it, select more if you want. That's optional, but I think this should be pretty interesting already. It's still pretty random looking, but it's actually pretty interesting because you can combo this thing multiple times. You can select ends, extrude region, select end, extrude region multiple times. I'm not gonna do that for now. But I'm going to show you that you can also use it for, if you have a cylinder and then you select every end, you can end up with something like a gear. So that's really handy. And I found the PGM mode or PGM actually does it a little bit faster than sweatshock because you're thinking less in low level. So cylinder, okay. I found that this version of PGM has a bug. The cylinder looks like this. It's not really a cylinder. It doesn't have output. Don't worry. We have circle. Circle, of course, will generate circle. But if you extrude up a circle, it's going to be a cylinder, right? So extrude edges. So circle, extrude edges, plug into this guy, refresh. Oh, give me error because we jump into the component level. All right, let's do that. Refresh. So we should have a circle, and we need to extrude it up, extrude edges, so increase up. Now we have a cylinder, pretty much like a cylinder. It's not really, it's only like a ring. So can control the radius, fill, nothing, that's fine. Vertices, okay, that's fine. So we just continue on, go back to where we were before. Select every end. So this goes in there and this goes in here. So what's gonna happen? Update it again. Oops, it's giving an error. Why? Because maybe it's, like I say, it needs to select something. So select all, plug this in. It should be selecting everything. And then select end. Maybe we need to update it again. Okay. So this might be working. Maybe I did something wrong here. Component is edges. We need to select the face. Extrude edge. From here we want to select all. Select end. Select, refresh the mesh. So it's not doing anything. Okay, offset. So perhaps we need to deselect or invert. Okay, maybe deselect and then select all, and then update it. That's weird. Okay, extrude region, maybe we need to use extrude face. That's kind of interesting. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Select every other, and we can skip it. Offset it 0. Maybe this can be okay. Slightly weird. Refresh mesh. Skip changing. Maybe there is a bug or I'm doing something strange. But I have something that's already working. You can check it out. I think this is the same thing. So circle. Okay, this is the setup. Exactly what we have, similar to what we have before. Yeah. So basically, we started with a circle. And then with the circle, we go through the component modes. And then we extrude the edge, ups and down. From here, we select everything and select end. So select every other. So this one working properly. I don't know why the other one doesn't work, maybe a bug. So, and then I simply extrude it. So extrude See, extrude doesn't seem to work. We need to refresh. Now extrude works again. And what I have here, I also have a poke. By doing this, we have something like a Shuriken, you know, like ninja Shuriken. We might need to create a hole, but this is actually pretty much it. I feel the hole as well over here. Otherwise, it's not filling. It's got a hole, so I fill the hole here, and then refresh. So this is good. It's pretty good. There's a bit of hiccup here and there, but you get the idea. We are selecting every other face of the extruded circle or cylinder if we have the cylinder back. Like I said, at the moment the cylinder is a bit broken. Maybe in the next update it will be fixed. But yeah, it's pretty handy. I wish the refresh mesh can be automatic. Maybe there is a way to do that. But I think this is pretty good looking. Shuriken, duplicate it, scale it down. Yeah, maybe it can be a little bit more detailed, but yeah. So that's one way you can approach this. Like I said, this can be like a gear, but currently it's very simplified gear, but same idea. Maybe you can bevel it or something. Bevel. So bevel actually exists here as well. Let me try just for fun. Bevel modifier, and there's actually bevel. If you are selecting edges, I think bevel modifier, it works on the object level. This is actually, the color is really hard to see, but yeah, it's doing the bevel. It makes this looking a little bit strange, but this is also procedural, so it's really cool that we can do this on the fly. And this object doesn't have any history. See, it's empty here. So refresh mesh, we're back to where we have. There's a bit of bug there, I think, when we are refreshing and then it keeps changing. But this is Shuriken, basic Shuriken. At this point, we can actually select the top and the bottom part and then create some kind of hole or inset. Maybe I'll try that later, but this is like how I want to demonstrate select nth. Just for fun, also we have select and select alternate faces. This selection is the way you can kind of mask face is really cool. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. Slightly different. By the time if you're using select every other, it's kind of limiting itself. Okay, you can offset it still. You can extend. Extend is so extend is probably like adding to what we have before. So if this one is selecting all, we can deselect, and then now this is extending. So adding. But select n doesn't have extend option, so maybe that needs to be added. Otherwise, it's gonna give you an error. Remember that. You need to select all, and then it's working. All right. Hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.